I was going through a lot of seminars, a lot of webinars, in fact, and which is a great way to share the knowledge. I thought that let me see what we can do for what we can see do for our members or our friends and clients. So while it was a thought which I was discussing with Dick, and we thought that while we are taking care of our own hygiene, while we go out, we maintain social distancing, we put up a mask, we wear gloves, we use PPE kits and all those stuff. But what about our finances? How ready we are to take care of our finances? Have we taken all throughout these years? Have we taken care of our finances, or can we do something on this line under this present scenario? And that's where I thought that I and Dick were discussing about this, and we had he had some unique solutions. So both together we had come out with this webinar, and to just pass on a knowledge, some kind of our experiences and solutions which we have. Dick, I'm audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, fine.
As always.
Okay. So while I went through, there are a lot of seminars and webinars on how to get funds. You know, we have a lot of schemes which has been brought out by government. So from where you can take benefit of lower interest rates or benefits in terms of obtaining funds. But the thought is, what about the funds which we already have, or investments what we have, or the assets which we have? How do we protect them? So while definitely we can have more funds, opportunities, I wanted to concentrate more on how to protect our assets, to protect our funds. And that's where I had Dick in my mind, and I invite you, Dick. He's a very good friend of mine, and he has been a financial advisor. He has experience of 3 decades in global financial market, and has been an executive director position at various leading global investment banks, including Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank. And now he is providing independent financial advisory services to small businesses and individuals, trusts all across to various residents, non-residents, and across more than 10 countries. So he has an immense experience along with him, and I'm sure that you will pass on your wide experience to us. And he has been working, as we can see, he has been working under the banner, he has founded a financial advisory firm in the name of Ethical Advisor. It's a great initiative, and I've seen you working with passion. So thank you so much, Dick, for agreeing to share your experience and give innovative solution. So thank you so much, and over to you, Dick. Would like to throw some light on how we can manage and all the stuff.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for the glowing introduction. It's you've been too kind. I've known you as a dynamic and as a very innovative, solutions-driven person myself. So I'm honored to have a friend and a professional colleague like you. I've seen you juggle a lot of responsibilities at WIRC, in your professional career, and at home. So I think you're an ideal example of woman empowerment, as we keep hearing. So beyond this, if I speak, I know the audience might get a little bored. So I will stop here and thank you. Welcome, dear friends, participants, elite members of our profession, fraternity. Thank you for giving us valuable time. And I'm sure at the end of the session, as Shruti said, sharing knowledge is learning more. So I'm privileged to be here, and I'm sure I'll learn more from this through your interactive participation than what I profess. So yes, thanks again. Honored to be on this call.
So thank you, Dick, for making me empowered woman. Woman doesn't get empowered on her own. It's all because of all of your support that it's nothing like empowerment. We all are together in whatever we do. So unless you would have, like today, unless you would have agreed, I would have not been able to do this. So it's all together we can. That's always what
Absolutely.
I believe in. So let us directly now go to the topic which we want to discuss today. And I want to just you to highlight on why it is very important to uh, understand the implications of financial planning, why we should do financial planning, and why should we try and protect our finance. It's not only about protecting ourselves, but it's about protecting our finance also, which wherein a lot of planning goes into. If you can throw some light on that, how do we do that?
Yes, hi Shruti. So let us quickly jump into the very basics of what we think any person, irrespective of whichever industry is in, or irrespective of any field is in, should be doing. So I'll just quickly, in less than 3 minutes, run you through some of our basic thoughts and the essence behind financial planning. As they say, it's sometimes easy to make money. It's a little difficult to retain it and plan it. We've seen several examples in India and internationally, including the likes of Hollywood stars like Nicolas Cage and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who made millions but ended up bankrupt. It is a fact of life. Uh, so very quickly, in our profession, we come across quite a few cases. We've just made a light one or two slides. Case one is typically Mr. Complacent. Mr. Complacent is well settled in life, earns 4 or 5 lakhs a month, has a lot of assets. This is just a small kind of a caricature for viewers to take a live example. His savings per month are very low. He has a very, very opulent life. This person also has invested in not many liquid assets. So he has property, he has a fancy car, he has a bungalow in Alibag, whatever. And he believes that because he's earning well, his business is doing well, he doesn't need to plan, he doesn't need, nothing can hit him. So he has a very meager life cover. He doesn't know, nobody has guided him, and he is not well protected on the medical part. So when Mr. Complacent comes up with, when things don't go right in life, as we are witnessing right now, this is a Six Sigma event, but generally the life is cyclical. So sometimes there is a bad business phase, there is a salary cut, there's a job loss, some sickness.
Wait, Dick, I think we are getting message that many of them are not able to hear our voice.
Okay.
So I'll just unmute everyone.
Okay.
Just unmute everyone, and let us see how many of them are able to hear us, because I'm getting message from few that they are not able to hear us.
Okay.
Just unmute all of them. I'm getting a message that you're not able to hear us. So just wanted to take a quick check on whether everyone is able to hear us or not.
Is able to hear now.
I can hear. I have no problem.
We can hear.
Okay, fine. We'll continue.
Mute it first.
Okay, fine. So what we are trying to... Yeah, can you hear me, Shruti?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Right. So what we're trying to say is that when some bad event happens, which is unforeseen, this person's impact on his financials and his family life becomes quite severe. So after financial planning, when somebody has spent, let's say, 1 hour in a year and tried to get his basics in order, you see another case where this is Mr. Prudent. He's earning the same amount per month, but he's been saving for the rainy day. He has planned his investments either himself or professionally in conjunction with a trusted advisor. And he has got a fair mix of investments. He has a fair bit of cover based on his human life. And we will talk about this in detail. It's a very important part of the webinar. He has protected himself. Protection is something which most of us need to pay equal attention to, especially now that we are staring at an event which is not seen in the 100 years history. So here comes, you turn a person from Mr. Complacent to Mr. Prudent. In case of any future jolt, he is prepared to meet the contingencies. This is what financial planning does. It changes somebody's life and it secures him, his family, and his business. This is just one quick snapshot, 10 seconds on this. There are three pillars to integrated planning. First and foremost is protection. Takes care of your life insurance planning, your mediclaims for yourself and your key people in your business and your workmen, and business related insurance. These are the solutions we'll talk about. Wealth, of course, you have goals, you have dreams. So to succeed, to be able to fulfill all those, to not take too much debt, you can do wealth planning. Also, your retirement planning, very important. And last and not the least, succession planning. We may have crores of rupees with us, but what is the use if our successors and our nominees ultimately don't get liquid and well-defined shares? No litigation is the mantra here.
Okay, so as you said that you can have, you can be Mr. Compassionate or Mr. Prudent. I may be either Mr. Compassionate or maybe prudent all throughout the previous years. But what now? Whether I was suppose I was compassionate earlier, and then what is the solution now? And suppose I was prudent earlier, what is the solution now which is available? I want you to focus on that first.
Sure, I think so. Very simple. Most people get quite taken aback, especially from the non-professional or the non-financial field, that financial planning is not for me. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an MBA. Life doesn't work that way. Whether you have done some bit of planning or whether you're unplanned, it is never too late to start. That is what we believe. And it is as simple as first putting in place your goals, your responsibilities as an individual, as a family member, as a karta, as a business owner. First, try and get your focus in place in terms of your priorities. What are the resources that we require to fulfill those? And also at the same time, what are the challenges that we will face in the future? Once that basic khoka is ready, consult somebody who has an integrated financial planning approach, take his advice, and then plan for the future. It is not very difficult. Just like we go to a doctor with our X-ray, he's a qualified person to tell you what is right and wrong with you, and you share all your very intimate secrets with him sometimes in the trust and faith that he'll be your guide and philosopher. That's how you start, and it's never too late. Once you have all these three pillars done, I think you're quite good to go. You have to only streamline them going forward depending on your objective changes.
So as I understand, you have some innovative solution in all these three aspects which you are showing right now about life insurance, general insurance. We have general common understanding about all these three, but can you give something which is innovative in this, or what exactly why we should do that?
Yes, sure. As human beings, we all have our aspirations. As business owners, we all have our dreams. This is just a slide which shows personal ambitions. But unfortunately, life is full of uncertainties. So we need to be ready, whether we are alive and have a fulfilling life, or for whatever contingency reason we are not there. That's what planning helps you with in the first place. I will just touch very briefly on certain innovative life insurance options which are available today, away from the traditional and the plain vanilla options that we were used to maybe 20 years ago. And I'll just quickly run through some of the options which today we may not be aware of. Remember, unfortunately in India, there's a lot of noise and clutter. So I'll let the viewers get a sense of what is available today. Just like we had an old black telephone 20 years ago, today we have the best options in mobile phones. So similarly, life insurance industry has gone through a huge innovation. Unlike the West, today in India also we have clearly options of covering yourself up to age 99. These are called whole year plans. I will request somebody not to scratch the screen. It is disturbing the viewers. Kindly please stop scratching the screen. It is very, very disturbing. Somebody has drawn red lines on the screen. Can you please stop the scratch option and erase it immediately? Small request. So continuing, we have something called 99-year options. This was available in the developed markets of US and UK, but it has now been brought to India. Remember, life insurance, private sector participation is only 20 years old. So these innovations are catching up now. Somebody on the audience will say, boss, but I'm not going to pay premiums up to age 99. I'm not going to earn. What a silly plan this is. No, this can be clubbed with a limited pay option. So what happens is that insurance companies now allow you to pay in 5, 7 or 10 years. So you can choose coverage of even whatever your eligibility is, not in lakhs and crores, but you can pay up for all those in a short period of time, i.e. within your working life or your business life. This frees you from future liability, whereas your cover, whatever you've chosen, continues. Remember, there is also huge saving if you pay upfront. Depending on your age, 30 to 40% of the total premium outgo can be saved here. If you further add on to the innovative option and choose a money back plan within this ambit, whatever premiums you paid for the 10 years, let's say you paid 2 lakhs a year to get a cover of 3 crores. So 2 lakhs into 10 is 20 lakhs. At age 70, you get all that 20 lakhs back. So that's a money back option. Slightly more expensive than the regular option, but in a regular term plan which you buy, whatever premium you pay goes away and the money is due to you and to your nominee only on death. But being Indians, when we eat bhel puri, we also want that extra 2 pani puris free, right? So here is an option for my kind of people that I'm paying you the premium. If I die, you give me my wife X crores. But if I don't die at age 70, I want all this premium back. Even that is possible today. Moving on to certain two important facets of innovation, there are also add-ons like critical illness. So the whole concept of life insurance revolves around dying and somebody getting the money. We've always heard the jingles, "Zindagi ke saath bhi, zindagi ke baad bhi." That is all fresh in our minds. But what happens if I don't die and unfortunately I get a critical illness like a cancer or a heart disease, or India is the disease capital of the world. So in such times, if you have an add-on critical illness cover, that comes to your
so Dick, either we are now in COVID situation. So now suppose today I get affected by coronavirus and I have that's something which is critical illness. Whether this is covered under this critical illness policy?
Unfortunately, this critical illness plan is not covered, but I will come to certain Mediclaim plans, most Mediclaim plans which do cover hospitalization. In a critical illness, once that person is detected or diagnosed with a critical illness, which is predefined in your contract, the insurance company will immediately pay you a check of that amount. So suppose you have got a 2 crore cover and a 20 lakh critical illness plan, 20 lakhs will hit your bank account irrespective of whether you're getting hospitalized. You choose your Mediclaim. So this is in addition to your Mediclaim. It's a critical illness plan which gets instant cash in your account.
And what about existing policy? Would it cover this situation of coronavirus?
Yes. So assuming that you have a critical illness cover taken, no, the corona is not a defined critical illness. There are predefined critical illnesses. So unfortunately, no. This does not get covered.
No, what I am trying to say is whether my existing medical policy, I being a prudent person, I have my medical insurance. Whether that I'm not talking about critical illness, but my existing medical policy, whether would it cover, suppose today I catch up with the coronavirus, then whether I would be given that benefit.
Yes, that is true. IRDA has made it mandatory that coronavirus patients also, under the Mediclaims that they have, will be covered. Yes.
Okay.
So then moving on to...
I think for participants, I'm seeing some hands raised. You may note your questions and we will take up at the end. We have enough time for question answers. We are going to wrap up this within an hour, and later at the end, we will open up for question answers. I think that would be better so that sometimes your queries or your anxieties may get resolved within this discussion itself. So we will take it up at later or at the end. Or if there are any other issues.
Yeah, no, just one very important point. Again, one of the innovations that we tend to, and it is very natural that we are busy in our work, somebody comes and says, sign here, sign there, okay, your policy is on. So that's why it is very important to flag off that when we are planning a life insurance cover, we are not buying grocery. We are planning for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of our own lives. We are the biggest assets for our businesses, for our families. So we have to make sure that two important clauses and features are there. And if not, seek something better. One is called waiver of future premium clause, and the other is terminal illness benefit. I will just seek 30 seconds on each of these. Certain plans come with waiver of future premium. Now, what is waiver? Why would I not pay future premium? You see, sometimes people come across accidents, unfortunately, where there is a permanent incapacity to earn in the future. So when the person's earning capacity is permanently impaired, it's called permanent disability. Under such situations, there are certain plans, not all plans, there are certain plans which ask you not to pay your future premiums, and whatever life cover and critical cover you have chosen will continue. It's a very, very essential feature we should sign up for to cover uncertainties other than death. Terminal illness benefits, very, very underappreciated in India. Terminal illness is a person going into coma stage. Remember, you're buying a life cover. So suppose a person has a 5 crore cover. Unfortunately, the guy goes into coma. He doesn't die. Most of the insurance policies will not give the check because the person is not dead. He's clinically alive. You have to choose the insurance plans which also are giving terminal illness benefits, which means that once the doctor certifies that the person is clinically dead, there is no euthanasia, as you know, is not possible in India. You cannot inject at will and put a person to sleep to death. So in such a case, imagine the hardship that the family is facing. A, they have to maintain that person. There is an emotional distress, and whatever premiums is paid for covering his life is not coming through. So make sure that your policies have both these clauses in there. We can address this later on in depth if somebody wants. For business owners, when you go for life insurance plans, remember to cover yourself, your critical employees, your key management people, and there is an immediate tax benefit if you go under the employer-employee format. And for all these above solutions, you can select something called the Married Women's Property Act. Shruti, you are a married woman, so you will appreciate it more, and so will many other of our audiences. In 1874, the British enacted an act called the Married Women's Property Act. And that is something which gives the owner of the policy today in India, if he selects that, he can get in case he dies, the entire proceeds go only to his spouse. And it is not attachable in any court, in any litigation. So particularly for businesses where there are joint families or there are litigations, there is absolutely no fear factor here. I think that is very important. So your policy should have an MWP clause. So these three are very important. And these are innovative solutions where we can advise our viewers.
So thank you. I'll ask Jayesh to now take care of this and we'll see how I can protect myself. So whereas we have talked about individuals, I want you to throw some light on how businesses can protect their operations. While what I know about, and generally we all know about, is the fair insurance policy, or maybe we have earthquake policy, we have stock insurance and all those kind of things. We may have vehicle insurance policy. But what are the other operations which can be insured by businesses? Are there any solutions for that?
Yes, we did touch upon the innovations in the life insurance side, but the biggest innovations which have happened in India are on the business insurance side. There are new generation liability products which have come up. There are debtors insurance products. So, for example, if a business, currently a lot of our clients and friends who have taken these plans are really, really happy. Remember, there is in your course of business, you will have many clients who may at some point not be unable to pay within the stipulated credit period for a variety of reasons. So credit insurance or debtors insurance protects you against willful default or insolvency or a political risk. I know there are tribunals, etc. now which are available, but here these policies give you a time-bound. The insurance company pays you 75 or 80% of your outstanding debt after a stipulated period, so your cash flow risk is minimized. There are contractor all risk policies where when you are in your phase of implementation of your projects, you can
So
take
here I
all.
have something in debtors insurance. Now we have protection under NCLT Act also.
That's
So
correct.
how do you see debtors insurance better than NCLT proceedings?
No, well, like I said, NCLT proceedings. Now look at, let's be practical. Today, the whole world has come to a standstill. The entire cash flow, the entire business cycle is jammed globally. Exporters are not going to be able to realize their payments. Likewise, domestic businesses are shut down. I know friends who have been receiving debit notes from their creditors, but they are not getting cash from their debtors. So, in such a lockdown situation, if somebody had this insurance in place, what a typical debtors insurance plan does is, let's say you have a credit period of 3 months. Your supplier, your debtor has not paid you the money for whatever reason. There is another 1 or 2 month period which is stipulated as a follow-up period. If after the expiry of that still he has not paid up, the insurance company will pay you. Let's say it's a 10 crore bill. He will pay you 7 or 8 crores depending on what is the contract with him. So what it does is, while you are still in your NCLT, you are trying to get that done. You anyway have this credit protection where in a time-bound manner the money comes to you. The proceedings could drag on for a long time depending on the cases pending. So here at least your cash flow is predictable. In an NCLT case, you don't know when it will end. So it's always wise to have it. And these plans are quite reasonable. They are quite cheap compared to what we may think. One has to also pay for it.
So we can take this kind of policies even in this current scenario. It's not that.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
I'll again just flip back to the liability products because I just quickly went down the line in a hurry. Liability products are equally important. I'm sure many of our friends and many of our brethren and sisters here on the call are practitioners. We also come across our clients who may be practicing in different fields: architects, lawyers, doctors, surgeons. So there, the professional indemnity plans which we can recommend to them will be of great benefit in case there is a future litigation for negligence on duty. Sometimes there is a death because of so typically whenever there is a loss caused, the aggrieved party will file a case. What happens if he puts a 10 crore case on you? What if he puts a 5 crore case on you? You have to be protected. That's professional indemnity. Likewise, directors and key persons indemnity, if you take, you can ring fence yourself and your key persons against future negligence or future claims in a court of law. You also have something called product recall liability. You're a manufacturer. You feel that you've taken all the right precautions. Your product is sold. The buyer says, no, I put this thing in my auto component in my car and it's failed. I'm going to put a case on you. This whatever liability is on you, you can protect yourself against that. There are also third-party liabilities. You are business owners, you are mall owners, you have shops, you have offices. Some client walks in, a third party walks in to negotiate. Something happens to him, he gets injured or dies. You can protect yourself. So these are just a small touch up on the liability products which are also available and which people may or may not understand fully. You also have fidelity insurance. That's the fourth item on the line. Fidelity insurance ensures protection against people within your own office, your own employees committing kind of a theft or an improper act or a financial loss. We also have certain special COVID protection covers now, which have come out. We have, as you rightly said, we always have heard of the fire and factory insurance. They now come up with VAS features. VAS stands for value added services.
Can you throw some more light on COVID-19 protection cover?
Yes. COVID-19 protection covers few of the insurance companies in the Mediclaim side have come out with. This is a very, very important service one can give as a business owner to either his employees or typically employees who are on the lower rung of the chain. Typically blue collared, I would say. These are small amount covers, maybe less than 50,000. But the beauty here is that the waiting period is just 15 days. So whenever you go for a new Mediclaim plan, typically you have a waiting period for existing diseases of 2, 3, 4 years. Here, COVID plans, while they are small in terms of the coverage amount, the coverage starts almost instantly within 15 days. So any of your employees is contracting COVID, It is a protection. It's a goodwill gesture, honestly, which you can do. And the premiums are very, very negligible. It's less than the amount of popcorn one consumes in a movie show. So I would put it as that. Moving on to the value-added services, some very innovative and forward-looking insurance companies provide hand-holding. See, the traditional factory insurance, as we know, is okay. Once a year, some agent comes to you, gets your signature, gets your check, your factory is covered. That's how life has gone on. Now you have insurance companies who are actually acting as business partners for you. So let's say that company is offering you a vast advice. You can, for free, because you are the client, you can ask, request for a professional from their VAS division to come and inspect your insured site, be it a go down, be it a factory, be it an office. He will do a architectural engineering driven survey. He will tell you how much at risk you are, in which locality you are, how prone you are to damage, what earthquake sensitive zone you sit in, what are the risks around you in terms of inflammables, and advise you to minimize those risks. Remember, when you minimize your risk, this advice is most relevant to you, because you don't want business disruption in case of any future contingency. So this is a very, very important feature in business planning we should take advantage of. Not just, like I said, when we eat bhel puri, we should get those 2 puris extra, sukha puris free. This is a vast feature. Last not the least, there are very, very effective workmen's compensation and group health plans and marine and transit insurance policies. Not much innovation here, but on marine side, nowadays, if you have multiple vehicles which go all India for your businesses, you can have one common policy for all. That's the big, big relief. It saves a lot of admin time for your department to track. And in case there was going to be any claim, if your truck is gone from here to UP and there's an accident there, the insurance companies have the backbone to support you online on the site there, and you don't have to wait for weeks waiting for the RTO to come and inspect. Drone inspections are done. I mean, there's a lot of things which have been innovated here. So I'll stop here for any further questions.
Okay. So while these are some operationals, there are some typical businesses which may have typical requirements. Do you have solution for those kind of typical businesses or typical operations?
Well, like I said, these are the broad slate of products. Consider that this as a nice big thali, and whatever you want to eat from this, that has to be customized to the. So, for example, if it's an
you are having some Pinnacle solutions.
Sorry?
I'm sure you are having some Pinnacle solutions.
Okay, yes. We will come to that. That's the surprise slide here. But before that, Shruti, I would like to spend some time on Mediclaims and how there has been innovations on that part, because a good medical cover touches all of our lives individually and as employees. So with your permission, I will probably take the viewers to the innovations there.
Take it over.
Now, viewers and friends, just touching upon what innovations have happened beyond the plain vanilla individual covers that we took earlier. First and foremost, and I'm sure most of you know, but for the benefit of people who don't know, nobody that we recommend to have individual covers. Say you have a family of 4, 5, 6, including your parents. Family floaters is the new mantra. A floater is like an umbrella. You can, instead of having a 5 lakh cover for each person and paying higher premiums per individual, you can have a 25 lakh to 1 crore cover for all of you and lead to huge cost savings. You can protect yourself. That umbrella is available for one or all of you during that year. And so that's a really, really big benefit that we should take. So if any one of us have individual covers, please go back to your drawing board and immediately port it to a family floater. Now, porting is very important. As you may be aware, today, if you're not happy with the Vodafone service, you can move to Airtel or to Jio. It's called porting. Porting means moving from one service provider to the other. So also you can upgrade or move to another insurance company and port it. Porting options are available. You can port your policy 45 days before the next renewal. So I just wanted to enlighten the viewers on that. Like I said, even today, significantly higher covers up to 1 crore are possible. Some people may say that 1 crore, it's too much. But remember again, when you're planning your life and medical covers, you're not covering yourself today. You're looking at the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So you have to over-insure. Incidentally, there are plans where you can get a 1 crore cover for an individual for less than 20,000 rupees. So we will touch upon that later. Also, remember, there are the two most escalating expense items in today in our world is children's education and hospitalization. So nowadays, 15, 20 lakhs is nowhere, in terms of whatever your critical illness hospitalizations are. And that is today. If you add on inflation, even of a normal manner, not that, the inflation will be as was in the past, this cost can rise to phenomenal amounts. So we have to be prepared. We have to be future ready. Viewers should also be very clear that there are plans today which give you free restorations. What is a restoration? Let's say Shruti has taken a plan for the 4 of them for 25 lakhs in a year, Mediclaim plan. Unfortunately, one of the family members is hospitalized and that 25 lakhs is consumed in a cashless manner, whatever. That is over. The year is still going on. Another person falls sick and there is a requirement of another 10 lakhs. So technically, the older plans, the traditional plans, don't, obviously you run out of your limit, so you're done. Now the next 10 lakhs you have to pay on your own. But there are new generation plans which restore your 25 lakhs during the year for the next family member to use. You'll be surprised that some plans give up to 300% restoration. So if Shruti has taken a 25 lakh plan, she can get 3 restoration of 25 lakh each on the expiry of those subsequent 25 lakhs. So in effect, those plans are very, very dynamic and very, very useful without increase in premium. So make sure you have at least 100% restoration in your plan, in your Mediclaim plan before you sign up, or you port to one which gives you. The next big thing that you have to claim is a no claim bonus. Remember, whenever we talk of claims, it means that we are hospitalized. And the last thing you and I want to do is visit a hospital. But so assuming that you paid your premium and there is no hospitalization, earlier policies would give 5% or 7% bonuses, and it takes donkey's years to double your sum assured. Make sure you have a plan which gives you attractive no claim bonuses. Some give almost 100% no claim bonus next year. Some give 25%, whatever it is. Make sure that you have a plan which, what I'm trying to tell the viewers is maximize your value that you extract from your plan. You'll be very happy to note that unlike earlier, insurance companies would take only healthy individuals. If senior citizens have not planned their lives, let's say somebody has worked in a bank, we know so many of our senior uncles and aunts, they were protected. It was a very different world. Today, we have to fend for ourselves. They have retired. Now they need a plan. In the past, it was not possible. Today, several options are available. We also hear of people, India is unfortunately the disease capital of the world in terms of heart, cancer, and many, many critical illnesses. So what happens to that segment? Why would they not get a Mediclaim covered? Earlier, they were not. They were rejected. Today, there are special plans for such people, including dyslexic children. So, I mean, we are so grateful for such innovations which have come to the use of our brethren. For business owners, again, same thing. If you take it in a group format, not only for yourself and your key management, also for your employees, you're doing them a big favor. It's an employee retention tool. You can keep your key men together. You can make sure that you show the message that you care. And I think today, when we talk of a holistic business environment, COVID actually has taught the entire business world that it is not just about profits, it's about also caring. We've seen the example of Asian Paints, and I would like to go on record here that I was very, very impressed with the management actually giving a slight pay hike to their employees. I mean, that's the kind of holistic environment that we should aim to achieve as business owners. And of course, as you know, business owners have to have mandatory covers before restarting their businesses post-COVID lockdown, COVID lockdown. So again, lots of options available at attractive rates. So these are the innovations in medical insurance we should keep in mind. And we're happy to discuss more on this.
Yeah, so now my concern about the businesses. There are various kind of businesses who have typical operations. So can they be insured or protected in some way? Are there any solutions in that direction?
Yeah, yes, I mean, any business owner with more than 7 employees, you can go under the business insurance plans. Be it an exporter, be it a manufacturer, be it a trader, be it an office, be it a professional with his team. Yes, there are scores of solutions available. So depending on whether it's a manufacturing location, a plant under implementation, a real estate developer, it's actually now mandatory to have a contractor all risk cover. So, the medical insurance options also sometimes have been innovated by force, by regulations coming in. It's a very amazing statistic that I would like to, or rather a fact I'd like to share with you, that in India, in my opinion, there should be a compulsory cover that the government should insist. Imagine you're buying a car, you cannot drive it out till you have an insurance or a registration in place. So you buy a 5 lakh car or a 20 lakh car, you cannot bring it on the road till you have a comprehensive cover. But that same person who's driving, whether he has his own personal accident covered or his life cover, we have never thought about it. In India, remember, the state does not, unlike the West, cover you. You don't contribute to a state pool. Insurance is not free. We have to take care of our own risks. So, but unfortunately, till some things are made mandatory, it's inertia take for us as a human beings not to consider. And hence, this program today is to enlighten people of the risks that they carry and to think about themselves and act.
So what are what I was talking about, the pinnacle of insurance innovations, protection innovations?
I know you've been dying to go to that slide, and I know you've been prodding me a lot.
I'm referring to this.
Yes. So, okay, let's satisfy Shruti's and not keep her, too apprehensive. So, friends, you'll be surprised that the innovations in protection products has gone to a new level in India. Again, thanks to a lot of private sector participation and foreign companies coming in. So the first item on the slide is wedding insurance. Yes, you can insure your wedding. You can also insure any event that you're planning in case of cancellation. Now, I'm not sure if the bride runs away, if that is insurable. I'll have to check. But if, let's say, for example, you've planned your insurance and there is a lockdown, that is the immediate thing in our mind. But let's say there is some case where there is a fire in that area and that area is cordoned off. Any event being cancelled, for any unforeseen event, you will get event insurance. Remember, I'm sure viewers have read about this. Wimbledon as a tournament is an iconic event, as the Ferrari, or it's an iconic global event. Many golf tournaments, etc. IPL, of course, in India. Now, Wimbledon is a classic case where the All England Lawn Tennis Club, which is the organizer of this event, has been paying this event insurance in the UK for the last many decades. In the history of Wimbledon, this is the first cancellation, and to my knowledge, I may be wrong about the numbers, but they've got 40 to 70 million pounds as compensation. The All England Club today is sitting on a check for this event being cancelled. I am not sure if IPL, I'm pretty sure it was not event insured, but if it was, then the organizers would have likely benefited. So that's the advantage. I know one of my CA friends has done an analysis of how much premium Wimbledon has paid, the All England Club has paid, and what is the payback today of one cancellation in 40, 50 years. And the IRR was staggering. Thirdly, are you aware today that we also can opt for plans? We all have cars, we all have vehicles, we all have business vehicles. Do you know that you can today opt for plans based on mileage that vehicle runs? So let's say I and Shruti have a similar car. Let's say that car is 5 lakh rupees each. My car runs, say, 1 lakh kilometers a year, and Shruti's car runs, say, 10,000 kilometers in a year. Under the old system, both of us, because it's the same make, we would be paying the same amount of premium. But Shruti today can say, no, I'm going to choose a mileage-based plan. So her premium will be significantly lower. So there are certain vehicle insurance plans also available. Moving to cyber insurance, we live in a world where everything, our phones, our office softwares, our servers, our personal data is subject to cyber theft. There are dark pools out there which can cause a lot of loss. So you can take a cyber insurance plan and make sure that you are protected against that. Some of our viewers here.
In this scenario, while we are moving towards digital world, this can be of great use, right?
Absolutely, and digitization is going to be the order of the day, especially post-COVID. The world is going to move further towards digitization, and this becomes even more important. I'm sure some of our viewers most of our viewers have jewelry, but some of our viewers may, as some of my friends, are invested in art, antiques, paintings, rare artifacts. You can take cover against damage to these as well. I know several of my clients and my dear friends who have invested crores of rupees, and so it is very important for them to safeguard against future damage. Simple another product, multiple trip overseas travel. Indians are the most mobile in the world for personal travel and for business. Indians today are leading the fray in terms of business connections all over the world, and we are now global Indians, as we all claim. If you have to travel 10 times in a year, would you not like one plan which covers multiple trips for an amount and save admin hassles and also save cost? So that's also available. Like I've touched upon mobile, laptop, etc. So along with cyber insurance, you can take that also. Crop insurance also available. Attractive insurance schemes available for NRIs. A lot of our Indians are residing abroad, either as tech persons or as business owners or as doctors. For them, they have assets back here that needs to be protected. They can opt to pay one consolidated premium for multiple assets that they have. There are also interesting innovations in household insurance. While our societies are insured by the society itself, what happens for stuff that we have in our house? We have electronic gadgets, we have mobiles, we have many things. You can go for all-in-one covers. You can also opt for, if you take some of those mobile items abroad, and if it is lost, that you can get reimbursement. So, going from as funny a thing as wedding insurance to practical things as crop insurance, NRI insurance. There are lots of innovations which have, and I would like the viewers to take a serious look and evaluate what is useful to them.
So thank you, Dick, for sharing this. This is what I was very, very interested into it. But one thing which goes into my mind is that while in the situations where we are already having fund liquidity issues with the funds, how should I decide on how much should I invest, rather I would say invest, or how much should I spend on my protections for all this stuff? And how do I decide that? What would be the cost of protecting all this stuff?
Now, that's a very, very intelligent question. And that takes back to our 11th standard first economics lecture, where we were told that wants are unlimited and resources are limited. That is true with every individual, every household, and every business. So what we have presented today are all the innovations. Like I said, it's an entire buffet or a spread. The best way to start is to take a look at what is the value that one is getting. I will now again digress a bit from here and take the viewers to something which Charlie Munger, which is one of the famous global investors, says, that price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Similarly, when we are looking at expenses or spends, there are two aspects to it. One is we as business owners and our key people and our assets are the main assets. So we are the biggest assets. That is one. Secondly, take a look at what all you are getting as value from the existing spend that you have. So it is a good time to take a look at your existing covers. Maybe put it all on a piece of paper. Maybe get your staff to do it. See how much is the spend and what are you getting out of it in terms of cover. Once you, and today's session was just to highlight certain innovations. Be opportunistic. See where you can take advantage of these things, and try to see whether some things can be ported, like I said, to derive higher value. So I think that is the very basic thing an individual can do. Break his inertia. Lockdown has given us a lot of time. I have learned from this, go back to the drawing board. This opportunity is a 1 in 100-year opportunity to put your house in order, you put your business plans in order, go back to the drawing board. So once you do that and consult with somebody who is a veteran in this field and make sure that you get the right advice, use today's session and that knowledge which you got to make sure you extract the best value. I think that's the best way to do. And within that planner or that advisor will be able to then work out where to compromise and where not. I think, and so that it is customized and tailor-made to each business and each individual or each family.
So finally, as what I understand is that till now I had various buckets of for investment. Like I was investing in FD, I was investing in gold, maybe property, mutual funds, shares. So I'll add one more bucket of insurance, and which is where I have to evaluate. So fine, thank you, Dick, for.
I would just like to add one point. So while we have you and I have spent time on protection, using my 30 years of experience in the global markets, and what you rightly said is that there is always an asset allocation model that we have professed. We have also learned the hard way in the markets. We've been veterans, so veterans also come with wounds. We have made mistakes, and it is my humble endeavor to make sure that our friends and our viewers don't make that mistake. So always follow an asset allocation model. Always make sure that you have enough liquidity. That's very important. And third and most important, as professors of this business profession, make sure that you minimize your tax burden for yourself and your clients. So once you do these three things and you consider yourself as the asset, the protection comes on top of it. That's the way you should plan and continuously monitor that and modify it. I think that's the simple answer. You can invest in India, you can invest abroad, you can invest in different asset classes. We can keep arguing whether gold is the best investment. Today, everybody thinks it is, but we have views on that. Everything has its. A thali should be full. Eat everything and enjoy.
Okay. So fine, too much of eating may also create indigestion. So we don't want to do that. But Dick, do you have something else to offer, or we can open up this for question answers?
I think we should open it up to questions.
Okay. So friends, you can raise your hands, and one by one we will unmute you so that you can ask the questions. Anybody there who has raised their hands?
We can see some Zoom chats, and there are certain questions.
I will take over that also. Just go through the Zoom chat because we had not been monitoring that. I think there is someone, Deeman Kapati. Okay, Deeman bhai, yes, we will unmute you. And you can start your video as well. So, Dick, we have Deeman bhai. Deeman bhai, you can start. You can ask your question.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for arranging this, first of all. And also to Modi, sir, who explained in a very nice and lucid manner. I hope I am audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Only Modi, sir, one more thing which I would like to ask. As you have said regarding Mediclaim, you should have the floater, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So only having floater will suffice, or individual base also should be had? I mean, individual policy for a family member of 3.
No, good question. What I suggest is that a floater of a larger amount for all 4 or all 5 of you is always better than individual plans. The reason I'm saying is that take an example where, let's say, there's a family of 4 and each of them is insured for 5 lakhs. Today, the average cost of medication of a critical illness is anywhere between 15 to 20 to 25 lakhs. See, when we plan, remember, we plan for the worst scenario. We don't want to scare our viewers, but a planner always plans for the rainy day, for the worst scenario. So in case somebody has a minor injury or a fracture, that's fine. But when we are looking at critical illnesses, we are preparing for the worst. In that case, let's say one of the family members were to be affected. you will run out of cover. And hence, it is always better to have one floater, large amount for all of you. And individual plans should be
So
discontinued.
that would be sufficient, one floater.
More than enough, absolutely.
Okay. But if I've already taken out an individual plan, will they allow me to port for the family floater?
Yes, they will allow.
Or I should wait for 1 more year, maybe.
So if you have your own
Okay.
individual plan and you want to start a floater, yes, some companies will allow you, but you can port only 45 days before renewal. So typically,
Okay,
let's say, for example, if your plan is coming for renewal in the next few months, see, floater gives you one porting to a floater gives you an advantage of taking all your benefits into the new plan. So let's say you had a plan for 10 years, you've got accrued bonus, whatever it is, it will come into the new plan, into the ported plan. It also gives you zero waiting period because you are a continuing customer of the industry. If you go for a new plan, okay, then certain waiting periods will be applicable to you. So hence porting is always advisable, and an individual can try and see if the porting can be done at a family level also.
Okay. And so one more thing, you said regarding the mobile coverage.
Yes.
So in that also, basically, there are too many problems with these insurance companies. I mean, with the clients would have to face while making a claim. And will it be benefit enough to go in for that insurance of mobile phones?
See, high-end phones, yes. If I mean, and of course, experience will be different with different service providers. There are more than 30-35 general insurance companies in India. So and sometimes it may happen that one of the leading companies also there might be an issue. So it is wrong to generalize that all of them are that way. It all depends on the facts of the case. People with good track records and strong brands and good products can be relied upon. Claims are not very difficult to admit. As practitioners, we are in touch with several of them. So we have tie-ups with quite a few guys, and I have not seen any major rejection or any major skirting. Remember, they are also very conscious of their claim ratios. So professionally run firms who are ethically sound, who have good managements, I don't think you'll have a problem.
Okay.
Okay,
And so one more, sorry.
Yeah,
Madam, sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
So regarding, there is, I mean, I had come to know that Bajaj Alliance has a plan of cashback for medical policies, even you have with other insurance providers. So is it beneficial to take, because they pay up to, I think, 1% of the sum, or say 1 lakh if you have taken out. So they pay you per day 1,000 for the time you are, I mean, is it still going on, sir? I would just like to inquire that.
For the sake of maintaining professional hygiene, we have decided not to discuss individual products. Dimant bhai, I'll be happy to connect with you on a one-on-one basis. So if you shoot me a
we have specifically restricted.
Sure. Fine.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll take your contact number from Shruti ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dimant bhai. Thank you. Okay, we have someone else. Okay, Pradeep Agarwal. Okay. Yeah, Pradeep bhai, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I unmuted. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving this information at this time.
Yeah.
I wanted to cover all my article students. I am having 10 students. So suppose they post lockdown start attending my office and they buy the medical policy for whom I sponsor it. So whether per day room charges cap would be there, like 5,000 rupee per day room is allowed. I've been told by so many medical insurance companies, whereas Nanavati is charging more than 25,000 rupees per day. So how I can protect my article student, wherein like they are taking treatment in a private hospital rather than government hospitals?
No, good question, and thank you for that. Most of the group plans will come with a capping on room rent. Most of them. I mean, this will be across private and public insurers. So unless you are going for individual plans, it will not be possible to avoid the room rent capping. The room rent capping will be different. It will be either a rupee amount or it will be a percentage of the sum assured. So there will be a cap. simply because those group plans are also quite cheap compared to individuals. So let's say you have 10 article clerks, the combined insurance cost will be much lower, and that's the advantage. Okay. But then that also comes with a bit of a restriction. So that unfortunately, and just to explain one more thing, is not just the room rent cap. Whenever there is a cap, suppose you don't have a cap, then all the other charges also are uncapped. So the same surgeon who does surgery in an X room for 5,000, he, let's say, charges 1 lakh rupees. But if you are in a higher room, he will charge 5 lakh rupees. So the insurance company, that's why caps it.
Okay, sir. Is there any policy which covers only COVID and no other disease is getting covered? So
yes,
I am more worried. Yes. I am more worried about covering my staff only for COVID disease, not for other disease.
I understand. There are special COVID covers available in individual format. We can talk about this at the end of it or separately.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And one more question, like I have my own floater policy which is having only 7 lakh rupees.
Okay.
So in case any of my 4 members who are covered into floater at present are having COVID, so over there, whether it is already covered or it needs to be purchased separately. I am presently with New India Insurance Company.
Okay. Your question is COVID, in case God forbid COVID happens, is your hospitalization covered in the present policy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're covered. IRD has made it mandatory that they cannot reject any COVID claim. So any current insurance.
But that is again subject to a per day room rent cap of rupees 7,000.
That depends on your policy terms. Yes. Whatever your policy terms are, it will apply.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
My one thing is, my observation is that 7 lakh is a very small cover. You need to upgrade.
Yeah, I'm worried now to increase it. So I'll be talking to you. Thank you.
So we have, thank you Pradeep bhai for your questions, and we have some Rashmi Shah. We will unmute you, sir, and you can raise your issues here, Rashmi.
Good morning, Shruti. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just a general question.
Yeah.
Banks, FDs, we are senior citizens. So mostly now, considering the present situation, RBI is the best option. But we have some in NCDs and FDs. Banks give only 1 lakh insurance. So is there any way out to insure the balance amount?
Welcome to the show, and a very, very relevant question, especially in today's times. The simple answer is that there are no insured deposits, unlike bank deposits, where there is the old DIGC cover. Again, unfortunately, because of inflation, that has become irrelevant in terms of value. Just like most of our chartered accountant friends will realize, the government should inflation index our exemptions. You know, it cannot be 1,50,000. It should be move. It should move with the times, because we are paying tax on our inflation-adjusted income. So that likewise, this cover should also have gone up from 1 lakh to 10 lakhs, but it is not so. So the short answer is no. And I know a lot of our friends, a lot of our people that we know have been stuck with ILFS, DHFL, etc. It's a very, very unfortunate event to happen, and it happens when products are missold. So our mantra is to ethically sell, and that's our mantra. But unfortunately, I wish more people did that. To answer your query, today, whenever there is a crisis situation, there is a flight to safety. In 2008, if you remember, when the global financial crisis happened, everybody flocked to SBI deposits. They didn't even trust any bank below that. And I remember SBI had a big issue. They were investment bankers. They had so much deposit lying there, and nobody was, there was no borrowing. So a similar situation is happening today. A flight to safety. Your thinking is absolutely right. An RBI bond, or maybe something which is government guaranteed, is what we are flocking to.
Tax-free bonds.
But there are certain capital guaranteed plans also in the market, and again, you have to be careful when you select those. There are long-term instruments which are capital guaranteed. So we have been professing those even before this crisis happened. Some of our viewers who are on this program know that as very conservative planners, we've been talking about this, and I'm very happy that almost 90% of you have gone for it. So now that the market is down, whatever contributions you have made are 100% protected. Unlike mutual funds, which are down 25, 30, 40%. And those returns are also quite attractive. So planning in advance helps. In today's date, there are not many options. There are senior citizens plan, where you can go to, there are attractive rates, I think 7.4 or 7.6. and you can open multiple banks. That unfortunately is the only option. Or if you're planning maybe 10, 12 years ahead and you want regular income after that, there are several annuity plans which are taxable, or there are tax-free plans which are lifelong income plans up to age 99. But immediate need for your immediate cash flow requirements, unfortunately, there are not.
Are there any further hands, Dick? Can you see some hands, or just go through the questions in the chat box, please?
Yes, we are just doing that. Just give us a minute. There is a query from Mr. Manoj.
Okay.
On PMSs. I would like to address that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Manoj, yes. What is it's an interesting thought provoker on the investment side. So I thought I'll share it with the viewers as well. What is a PMS and how one should stay in or out of it? I think it's a very interesting question. So what is a PMS? And there's also another question on SIPs from Gulshan. She asks, what is our take on SIPs, especially when the markets are at this juncture? So we will just kind of, since they're investment related, we will just try to, put it in context. So we go back to asset allocation and we go back to what we need to achieve. Assuming that people know what they need in the next 10, 15, 20 years, short term, long term, that let's keep that aside. We are used to mutual funds because that has been the longest surviving instrument in India. Then came ULIPs, which is unit linked insurance plans, about maybe 12, 15 years ago, 12 years ago. And now, in the last 10 years, 15 years again, another new animal which came on the street is called PMS, portfolio management schemes. So what is the difference between these three? Mutual funds is simple, no need to explain. ULIPs was unit-linked insurance plans. The mutual fund industry was doing well at that time. Markets were at an all-time high. So the private insurance companies and LIC, etc., came up with ULIPs. Those are offered life cover along with investments. So you could buy two products into one. It was a bundled product. Markets fell. The charge structure was not right. Regulators came in. Now it is pretty much very well organized, very cleared out. There are certain restrictions in place. ULIPs have undergone a huge innovation themselves, where you can get back all your initial year. First of all, the initial year charges are capped, but whatever you pay, also you get back. So let's not get into too much detail. But there have been humongous innovations on ULIPs. So mutual funds, ULIPs, and portfolio management schemes. PMS schemes are private SEBI-registered advisors who have these schemes for high net worth individuals. This is not a retail product. It is for people who have a fair bit of understanding or are being guided by somebody who understands it well. PMS schemes are leveraged products. So they typically, when the markets do well, they beat mutual funds by 400 to 500 bips in a year. So if a mutual fund is up 10%, this will be up at least 14 to 15%. A well-managed PMS, when the markets falls lesser than the average market fall. So the question here is that some PMSs have destroyed value. Yes, there are lots of PMS players, just like in the insurance field. You have to be very careful whom you select and what scheme you get into. So that's client specific. In terms of continuing SIPs, absolutely. There is no point in stopping SIPs. In fact, if I'm in an investment phase and the market falls, I'm the happiest because my next installment is going at a much lower value. So as long as I don't need the money and I don't need to withdraw, I would actually want the markets to fall when I'm investing. Markets going up is only a mirage. I put 10 lakhs, it's become 12 lakhs, great. But you don't need the money. It's like your house. You stay in a house, you bought it for 5 lakhs, today it's worth a crore, you're not going to sell it. So when you should be happy that the investments that you made currently are going through, markets will go through good and bad phases depending on economic situations. Stay invested or accelerate or allocate more to equity.
Okay, Dick, we have Unema Khalikas. He has some question. I'll just unmute.
Hi, good
Yeah,
morning. Good morning, Shruti. Good morning, Bodhi. Actually, I joined in late, but I have a very small question.
Sure.
You know I'm based in Dubai.
Yes.
and I have clients, and I know a lot of Indians. Now, this policy can be valid for those who are not Indians, or it's only for Indians. And
Sorry,
secondly, that be marketed in Dubai.
Which policy are you referring to in particular? The life one?
No, yeah, especially life and a laptop and all those things, because I saw the last slide. I joined in late because at times in Dubai you get fire, and everything is burnt. So people like to see that the household is fully, insured, and can that be implemented also in UAE market?
No, unfortunately, those plans are India-centric only. So that does not apply there.
Okay.
However, there are lots of innovations which we in India have done, and we actively promote. And like I said, we work with clients from more than 10 countries. So life insurance plans definitely are marketable to Indian non-residents. We unfortunately cannot offer it to non-residents. And there is a huge opportunity here. See, life cover is something which will come to your aid only when an unfortunate demise happens. So it is very essential that you minimize your cost and get your value.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes, you're breaking actually. You're breaking.
Okay, I will just repeat. A life insurance plan is a contingency plan, which is futuristic planning. So let's say you have $1 million cover and you're paying say $10,000 for that in Dubai by a Zurich plan or any other international plan. I mean, that same Indian or non-resident, if he takes an India-based plan, because of the volume that is insured here, the mortality rates being whatever it is, he can definitely get $1 million worldwide cover at a much cheaper cost, and that's a huge arbitrage opportunity which we can offer to our clients. The only conditions are that they should be in some shape or form Indian, non-resident.
Okay, non-resident. Okay. Can you send me the presentation, Modi?
Yeah, we have details of those who have registered for this, and we will send out.
Okay. Okay. Shruti, I'll beg leave because today is our Eid.
Yeah, happy Eid to you. Happy Eid to you.
And I've got a lot of people at home.
Yeah, happy Eid to all of your members, to all who have participated. Thank you for.
Thank you. I'll get back to you, Modi. I'll get back to you.
Thanks. Eid Mubarak. Thanks for joining.
Take care. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Adik, we have. We have one question in chat box from Santosh Sharaf. Would you like to come online? Should I unmute you or should I take up your question? Let me see. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
I am saying share lying in the demat account, are they secured as per the RBI guideline? If it is not, then can it be insured?
So Dicky is asking.
I hope you got my.
I guess
hello.
I guess the question is that is your demat account shares, are they insured? Is that correct?
Yes. Shares lying in the demat account. Now there is a digitalization fraud is going on. So if suppose there are a 5 crore share, it is lying with the digital in the demat account, whether they are secured.
Dick, what is
if it is not, then can it?
Santosh, I can take it up. What he is trying to say is he has demat account, and whether this demat account are totally secured, and he can he insure that, whether there is need to insure the demat account.
No, demat accounts are not insured, but they do come under the there are certain investor protection clauses which are given, and SEBI, IRDA, CDSL, all of these are quite tightly run institutions. But as of now, there is no separate insurance cover available for demat accounts or the that wealth protection is not available to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much.
There is one more question from Prachit Parekh. Is RBI bond safe and who is giving the guarantee?
RBI bonds?
RBI bonds are safe and who gives guarantee for
So
that?
RBI is an autonomous institution of the Government of India. It is 100% owned by the Government of India. So you are taking complete sovereign risk on that, and hence it is fully guaranteed.
Okay. So I think we have covered all the questions in the chat as well.
I think there are some 4 new messages there.
Yeah. No, I've covered up. I covered up those messages. Okay, there is one more question from Praful Sangani. Do you want me to unmute you? Wait. The message from Praful Sangani.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw that. I saw that, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, sir, you can ask question, Praful Sangani. I think he's still okay. His question was, what are insurance repository and how do we convert existing insurance policies held in physical form into DMAT form?
Yes, so typically the insurance repository is now almost compulsory for every new plan, whether it's a term plan or a wealth plan issued by insurance companies. Automatically, they kind of it goes into the repository. For existing policies, you can just look up your service provider. So whichever company you have employed with, I mean, the plan is with, and you can just request them to create an online repository for you. And you can add all your policies there. It's not a problem.
Okay, so I think, Dick, we have covered almost all the questions, and Dick, while you can share your contact number, so in case we want to contact, they can contact you for
Yes.
further details, or if they have some queries later on.
Yeah, sure. So it will be a pleasure to engage with any of you who wants to, have any questions or doubts on this or any other issues. And I will just.
8 minutes. There is someone who has raised the hand. Just if you don't mind, Dick.
No problem.
You can
No
take up. That's Bipin Mundra. Just a minute. Bipin Mundra, he has some query. Let me unmute him.
Yeah, sure. I think Mr. Saraf has also put up his hand.
Unmute, because here I am not able to unmute Bipin Mundra.
Okay. Even I'm trying, but I can't unmute him for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm not able to unmute. So, fair. We don't know their question. They may come back to us. We are not able to unmute them. So, fair. We can end this session over here, and
I think there is one more hand somebody has shown. Can you just see that on the chat?
I don't see, excepting Jayesh. That I will deal with in Twitter.
Okay. So, friends, thanks for attending, and it has been our pleasure. I will just end this session saying that we are all going through a very different phase in life. We're all going through an unprecedented time, and as we all are professionals, we've seen some COVID warriors, really step out and do their duty. When we talk of planning and when we talk of making a difference in other people's lives, we also, in a way, are COVID warriors. So if you have been a friend and guide and philosopher to your clients or to your employees, and if you have, so far, been performing your duties and your obligations, there is one more obligation that we should carry, that of being a COVID warrior ourselves, of making a difference to them, of caring for them and for caring for our own businesses as well. So do take advantage of whatever we have said today. Make sure that you implement some of that at the earliest. Lockdowns are opening, flights have started, and before you know, Shruti and I will be flying all around the place, as is the rest of us here. We will get busy in our businesses, we'll get busy in our families. So planning is something which is inevitable, and when we have this luxury, make sure that you go back to the drawing board, and for your own sake, do it. I've shared my contact details on the screen. We have our website. you can write to me on email. There is a contact us page on www.ethicaladvisors.in. You can WhatsApp me. You can get in contact with Shruti. We'll be very happy to guide you and advise you.
So thank you so much, friends, and I'm sure you will go back and do your hygiene check in terms of finances of your own self and your business. Thank you so much for being over here, and your suggestions for improvement, or if you need some further information, we are always there for you. Thank you so much, and happy Eid to everyone. Eid Mubarak to all the participants.
Thanks, Shruti. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Thanks.